Hello and welcome back to this Learning to Play series for I, Napoleon from GMT Games. Our first attempt, if you've seen that, went disastrously wrong early on for Napoleon, unfortunately, but we're back to see if we can get further. Same as the last time, my brother will be playing it. I'll be doing my best to make sure that we play it correctly, but not really offering any insight on how to play the game so that you can get a sense of what it takes to get into I, Napoleon. And with that, we'll take you straight into the game.
Another year?
Another year. So we're going into 1801, correct?
1801.
1801.
All right, so I've got +3, +5 now.
Yep, 5 admin. Yep.
Actually, do I have any other?
Oh yeah, because you got, now that you're an FCD, you've got all 3 of those cards are going to become active. So yeah, I would put their little markers out.
Yep, so he's +1 domestic.
Yep.
Let's see. When the first consul, so I get 1 political point, but I lose some glory. That is a double-edged sword, isn't it, with Fouché?
It is. But read his card, because there is a triggered effect there worth knowing about because of that.
Oh, so I can spend an admin, turn him face down?
Yeah. And then you can spend an admin to turn him face up. So you can just kind of keep firing and rehiring him if you want. So if you ever get tired of the drain on glory that he represents.
You didn't move any, right?
I didn't move anything. The only thing I did was I put that on Nelson and that on Fouché.
Okay. So I got the 1 domestic.
Diplomacy, but yes. D for diplomacy.
And I think that, God dang it. D for diplomacy.
And did you lose 4 glory?
No. Oh.
Nelson and Fouché both cost you 2 glory every turn.
I lost 2 glory.
Ah, okay.
Miss Nelson.
Yes, that's okay. That's okay.
Not gonna like him.
Yeah, I think that's a historic perspective. It's an accurate historic perspective.
Already don't like him a lot.
Yep. All right.
So now we're into the card deck phase. I assume no cards come out.
Yeah, I don't think anything comes out here. So I think you just reshuffle.
That was a very CMD thing.
Yep.
With the years.
Move that back up there.
I think we're set, right?
Yep, we're back to the card action phase again. Oh,
there he goes.
That was a very minor wound.
Very. Oh, we'll take another commander. You can just never have too many.
Yeah, he's actually not bad because he doesn't cost admin. He's not as good as your other glory guys, but he's at least.
But then he just gets automatically hurt.
Yeah, exactly. He apparently was
all off horses.
Yeah, apparently he was just mistake prone.
Napoleon and the Jews. That just sounds terrible.
Yeah, I don't imagine it was good.
I think I'm going to take the glory. Oops, wrong direction. That confuses me sometimes.
Yeah. So you lost 1P and gained 5G?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Campaign modifier. Let's see. -5. Second combat round. So if you don't make it to the second combat round?
Yep. Then then his effect doesn't happen.
Looks like it automatically happens if you make round 2, though.
Yes, it automatically happens if you make round 2. Yep.
I see how this works now.
Going for glory.
Going for glory.
That one is actually, just real quick, that one is actually just discard. That one also can come back.
Discard.
Come back. Yep. No problem.
All right. So if I put it in the campaign modifiers, it will not. It just discard. Oh, this gets discarded anyway. This could keep happening.
Yes, yeah. This can keep coming back.
All right.
Cool.
So I took the one in the P.
Cool.
I don't even have a campaign yet.
Yep. I can't remember. Oh, he is there. He's definitely there, actually.
He is there. Now, what I got to figure out is why do I want him gone?
It would be to get you're sending him to Portugal on a diplomatic mission, essentially. So it would mostly be to like spend on the
I think I'm going to hold off on that. It doesn't feel important yet.
Okay, fair enough.
Especially since you lose those Ds.
Yeah.
All right. That's a campaign modifier. And that is a wrap.
That is a wrap.
Now, I assume Napoleon could use his luck and roll again and keep pulling cards.
Yeah, you could absolutely. Yeah, I sort of mentioned this in my video. Is that like if you want to keep the turn rolling, you could absolutely roll right here and keep it rolling.
Yep. But I don't think I do.
Okay.
Don't know why I don't think I do.
That's okay.
Partially because if a campaign comes up, I won't have any luck.
Oh, right. Fair enough.
So we could just take these cards back.
Yep.
And that's the end of campaign resolution. So we're off to diplomatic. Nothing happens.
Not actually true. So Austria remains neutral because of this campaign. Spain and Prussia remain neutral, but you got to roll for Russia. Russia is not. Russia was covered by the back of this card. In terms of
just the back of it.
But just the back of it. The ongoing effect does not keep them neutral.
All right. So at this point, you might as well spend all your diplomatic points, right?
I mean, again, the only thing I'll say is it depends on. Sometimes you don't want that. Sometimes you want things to deteriorate. Sometimes. So the question is there any reason why you want Russia's relationship with you to deteriorate? And having the
cards roll enough.
Well, and having said that, I'm gonna step in and offer you one thing that I think you need to think about. Campaigns in FCD don't happen the way they do in CMD. You're not really waiting to draw them from the draw deck. They're over there in potential campaigns, so you actually might want to go look at them, and if you want to fight a campaign, you may want to figure out what you need to do to be able to fight that campaign.
Got it.
Does that make sense? Because basically at the end of the diplomacy phase, if one of these campaigns matches the diplomatic situation, it becomes the campaign.
When does that determination get made?
After you roll for diplomacy, that determination, you basically make that determination.
Okay.
So, for example, the Louisiana campaign, you could choose right now because Spain is allied.
Right.
For the Republican war with Prussia, Prussia would need to become hostile. And for the Republican war with Spain, Spain would need to become hostile.
So what does this card represent that Napoleon went and fought for?
Which one?
The Louisiana campaign.
Yeah, it's a hypothetical that he decided to actually go and fight a campaign in Louisiana. I don't believe it actually happened. I think it was more of it was something that was perhaps discussed and considered, but didn't actually happen. So it's a little tough because you can see it's a little bit tough because you can't send that many guys because it's overseas.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't feel like it's a very good campaign. I mean, it's a lot of victory, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of glory.
A lot of glory, yeah, for sure.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Did we play the Louisiana Purchase already or no?
It came up, but the Treaty of Montfortain was not in
Got
the.
it.
Was
I
not,
thought I saw it.
yeah,
Yep.
we
Probably
discarded
would
it.
get-
Yeah, we discarded it.
Yeah. All right. So, um, I think I'm just going to spend my 2 and take my +2.
Okay. On Russia, on your roll on Russia.
Yep.
Okay. Easy.
Didn't matter.
Easy.
It was irrelevant.
It was. And so
But again, they go to 0.
And so right now is where you would sort of figure out if one of those campaigns fits, and you'd want
Which the only one that does is that.
Yes.
It's possible.
Yes. Now I'm going to remind you. Now I'm going to remind you. And again, I'm not just so you know what you're kind of the dynamics you're dealing with, right? So the Republican War with Prussia, you can break your treaty with them to set them to hostile if you want. Right now.
Okay.
Before you make this determination, that's an option available to you. So if you're in a fighting mood, that's kind of what you sort of have as an option.
Okay.
So that would be that would be the Treaty of Basel. Again, I'm not saying it's necessarily a good thing. It's this whole part of the game changes so much when you hit FCD from what you're used to in CMD. Suddenly you're trying to think about like, what campaign am I interested in running and how do I get that diplomatic situation? And
so what's interesting to me is that one of the benefits of that card is playing, I guess the Treaty of Madrid doesn't really matter. The Treaty of the Rhine maybe keeps Prussia out until you become emperor.
Pretty much, yep.
I don't think I'm going to do it yet.
Go for it. Okay. All right.
I don't know if I should or not.
No.
On a domestic.
This is how we learn. All right. So now you are making a roll. It's the same. It's currently even. There you go. +1.
Oops. What in the world is it doing here? Oh. So a 4 -3.
Yes. Now, Napoleon's luck is unused, and that's a pretty low die roll. It can get worse, but...
It can, but I think, yep, I think it makes sense to me.
There you go.
It was better. So, down 2G. All right. So that's it.
So cleanup, yep. So Napoleon's luck
There's
flips.
really not much cleanup other than the admin going to 0.
Admin going to 0, yep. And so now we're into 1802. Okay, so the one thing I'm going to mention here, we a little bit blew by this last turn. You've been first consul for a year.
I can flip.
You can flip first consul for life up. So basically, it's.
When would I have done that?
So essentially, the way the card action phase works is you draw a card, then there's a chance to trigger any cards on the board. So after you draw your first card, you can trigger first. After you draw any card, you can trigger first consul for life.
Got it.
But that's something worth thinking about at this point.
Yep. So it allows the play of the plebiscite, and I assume so it really doesn't help with the admin, but I assume it's the combination of that plebiscite as well as now you can become emperor.
Yeah, after the plebiscite, the next turn you go to EMD.
Yep.
All right.
Is there a benefit to getting there quicker?
I'm trying mostly not to talk too much about how to play.
Yeah, no, that's
but,
right.
But I'll say, I mean, the question is I guess let's put it this way: if you're not going to fight many campaigns in FCD, then yeah, you should just kind of get there because that gets you into the meat of the game. I think the only reason you would delay is if you're like, hang on, I want another turn because I want to go to Louisiana, or I want another turn because I want to defeat Prussia.
Got it. Got it. All right. So I'm pretty sure Napoleon did not fight Prussia, did he? As first consul?
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it was no, it was avoided. This was like a hypothetical. This again is a hypothetical. Same with Spain. Same with Spain.
Yeah. Question is Spain easier now?
Well, it is, but it's definitely. I mean, Spain and EMD is, as the card implies, is just an ulcer.
Yes.
And as history implies, is just an ulcer.
However, doesn't really help you because the Treaty of Madrid disappears as soon as Spain rises.
Yeah. Which is pretty much how your current treaty with Spain goes away also.
Yep. All right. So we are now here. I think I got 5 admin coming.
Correct.
With 2 political points, right?
Yep.
Minus 2G.
Minus 4G. Don't forget about Nelson.
Oh, I keep forgetting. I want to forget about Nelson. To get 1 diplomatic. Diplomatic. And I think that's it.
Yep.
That's all the ones that I see.
Yep.
All right.
That's right.
Here goes nothing.
You gotta love that.
May not be used with the Louisiana campaign.
But you also can't lose it with the Louisiana campaign, which is good.
I had to spend 1 admin to put it there.
Correct. Yes.
Seems well worth it.
So I'm just gonna pause you right there. Like that would be one of the possible moments to trigger the effect on first consul. Now I'll tell you one thing that I typically do. I will offer you this. Is I typically wait until like here, and I'll do it just before I make the roll, because then I kind of know what I'm faced with. You know, I'm not in a situation where like, oh shoot, I need that admin.
Yep.
But I'm also I don't risk rolling the die and having the turn end before I trigger it. But there's no reason not to trigger it now also. It's kind of 6s, right? But that's what I've kind of gotten in the habit of doing, is just I do it after my 5th card draw.
Yep. All right.
Oh, there's that again.
That's annoying. Man, the political points are disappearing fast. Okay, so is the glory.
That's Nelson and Joseph Fouché for you. Yeah, and I will also mention, it would cost you the political point, but never. So, don't. I often do this. Don't forget, you can fire Joseph Fouché if he starts to annoy you too much.
Right. Yes. And there is an opportunity to get political points from unspent admin, right?
Yes. One. You can buy 1.
1.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 per turn. 1 per year. Now this is a good
face up.
Yeah, now this is a good reason not to have him in power.
Yep. I'll take the 2 political points and won't take the risk on Napoleon's life.
Correct.
Papal Concords. Here's 1. This seems important. I don't know anything about becoming emperor, but I think I am going to place that in the current.
Cool. I mean, your A isn't really under threat right now. You don't need it for much yet.
Yeah. -2, which I just got a whole bunch.
Some little extra diplomacy.
All right. Fifth card. -1. I don't feel like I need that right now. Although the minus doing. Yeah. I think I'll spend the minus. Take. No, going to move on.
Okay.
So now I'm going to spend 2 political points.
Yep.
And become first consul for life.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. We're gonna actually remove this.
You just remove him.
Yep. And now you are first consul for life. Congratulations.
I still get my +3.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. Yep. So we'll roll.
This is, yeah.
So that is not in play.
That's
so
not
we're just
in play.
discarding.
Yep. Yep.
March to the sound of guns. All right. That feels like a good good modifier to have.
Yeah, it's not bad.
All right. Another commander. Up to 12. And that's a wrap.
And that's a wrap.
All right. So no campaign. Modifiers come back over.
Yep. Diplomatic.
Yep.
So once again, Russia's the only one you're rolling for.
Yep. I'll spend them, get my +2. Now I have to decide, but I'm going to allow Russia to go hostile.
Okay. Russia is now hostile.
I feel like that's the universe telling me something. I don't know what.
So just so you've got you get a -1 now because you've got 2 hostile nations here.
Yep.
So so the 2p that you just spent will make it an even die roll.
Right. All right, it's an even die roll. Weird roll.
Still works.
Does. I have Napoleon's luck, but that feels like it's on the high end of.
Yeah, you can get a lot worse results. Like.
Yeah. Yeah. Seems like a whole lot worse. All right.
So clean up.
Wow. The domestic stuff can only go bad.
Well, I mean, as well as diplomacy, right? Diplomacy only ever gets worse.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
You know.
So cleanup. No luck used. Admin wasted.
And we are on to
I think that's it.
1803, right?
1803.
So I don't think anything comes into the game.
I need to be done with being first consul by then.
Actually,
Correct?
I think it's only CMD that I'm pretty sure it's only CMD that's the case. Like you have to get enough glory to actually become a player in order for the story to continue. But you can trigger EMD whenever you want.
So this should have been face down for that first turn, right?
Which one?
The first consul for life?
No, it gets flipped up. It gets, if we go back over to this first console card, you flip first console for life.
I was only asking because it talked about it being face up for 1 year, but basically you just have to remember that.
Oh yeah, you just have to kind of remember that. I mean, so it's not, we have to basically finish this year, and then next year in 1804 you can trigger the Imperial plebiscite.
Those would be nice little reminder cards or tokens to put on the track.
Yeah. Good news is you usually don't forget it it's not something because you're so focused at this point on it. You kind of remember where you are.
Yep. All right. Yeah, since it's my first playthrough, I don't even totally know. So, all right. So we have got Josephine giving us 1. We have got Mr. Napoleon giving us 3. Berthier. Mr. Fouché. Taking it away. We got Nelson taking it away.
Yep.
And we got Talleyrand. Oops. Giving us my 1 diplomatic point. And I think that's everything.
That is everything. Good job. Yep.
Okay.
So until EMD, that's pretty much all you do. Yep, with that phase. Yep.
Closed river crossing. Well, that doesn't sound good. But since I don't really have a active campaign,
woo, don't draw one now. You don't want to see merchants demand
slavery. Can you draw one?
Well, no, you're right. Actually, I was thinking Haiti campaign, but that's an expedition.
When revealed, -3 admin. Ooh, that's a lot of them.
But you're not fighting.
I'm not. I just wasted a whole bunch last time. Get 1 P, and I actually get 1 P next turn, right?
Yep.
1 P per year while that's in there.
Yep. And nothing actually removes it, so you just get 1 P per year.
I don't know why Napoleon ever went and fought. Just sit here and rack up glory. Actually, I'm not racking up any glory.
You're moving backwards in case you haven't noticed. Yeah, exactly. Thanks to Nelson and Joseph Fouché.
So Tsar Paul is in play. So I can move Russia back to Allied.
Yep.
Don't know if I should, but...
Never seems bad to have allies, right?
Okay. Don't have that in play, so... March to the sound of guns.
It's actually there.
Yeah. Legion of Honor. Yep.
Now it's a good turn for it, right? Because you're not fighting.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go.
Good harvest. So this just offsets bad harvest?
Yeah. So, well, basically, now that this is there, if you draw bad harvest, they both go out of play, and you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Bad harvest doesn't bother me anymore.
Nope, doesn't bother you anymore. Keeps coming. Oh, Lord.
Oh, moves our Paul. That was just timely. Moves our Paul and the League of Armed Neutrality.
Oh, the League of Armed Neutrality is the one that you just played a second ago.
Oh.
Right.
Oh,
so I think you're
that's it.
Yeah. Well, I think you're playing out history here because I'm reasonably certain Tsar Paul enacted the League of Armed Neutrality and got murdered for it, and his son, and that's how Tsar Alexander ended up on the throne. So I think you just actually replicated history pretty well there.
All right. So that's the end of that.
That's the end of that.
So no campaign again.
Nope.
So on the diplomatic side, we are rolling for Russia.
Rolling for Russia.
Spend my 1. Try and keep them allied. And they stay allied. All right. So now we're back to basically. Well, I got 2 allied, so I got a +1 on that.
Exactly. You got a +1
So
now.
I think I'm just going to go with the roll. 5. Just live with that.
All right.
Yeah. Probably should have spent 2 politics to have a better shot at
possibly.
that.
Hard to know.
Hard to know.
You want to.
And then, well, what I was going to ask is, do I need to do anything with this guy?
Which guy?
I don't have 2 admin. Oh, I couldn't do it this turn. It's
No,
next turn I can do
next
that.
turn you can trigger it after you play a card.
Okay. Oh, that's it.
Yeah, just you don't even waste a bunch of A this turn. Just 1 measly A.
Nope. 1 measly A.
All right.
That's everything, right?
Yeah. Thanks for joining us for this learning playthrough of I, Napoleon from GMT Games. If you enjoyed the video, it would be great if you could leave a like. If you've got any questions about what's going on, the rules, or anything about the game, please leave a comment. Be happy to answer those if we can. If you're enjoying the series or the channel, it would be great if you could subscribe and hit the notification bell. And sharing is another way that you can definitely help the videos get found and help the channel. But we will see you next time on Agility Snips Gaming Table.